You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
He has one of the most recognisable voices in elite sport. But this year's World Darts Championship at Alexandra Palace in London will be the last for referee Russ Bray. Having been a leading darts referee since 1996, the final of the upcoming World Champs will be his last televised ranking match. Russ Bray has played an instrumental role in darts' global growth, earning the nickname The Voice and calling some of the most iconic matches in the sport. He will begin a new role as a PDC ambassador next year. Russ Bray is with us on Weekend Sport. Russ, how did you come to this decision?
Well, it was actually, I decided about 18 months ago, something like that. Blackpool, not this year, last year. I'm not getting any younger. We've got a lot of youngsters coming through. The sport's becoming very much a young man's sport now. When you look at the players and you look at everything that's happening. I've done my time. I've done my apprenticeship. I've done everything else with it, And it's now time to step aside, let some youngsters come in. Like I say, I'm a pensioner here now over in the UK, so my wife retires again in January. So give me a little bit, when I say a little bit more time at home, it's sort of a little bit time at home because I'll still do the Asian tour and I'll still be coming out to do the World Series with the PDC. So that'll take me out to Bahrain, New York, and then back out with you guys in Australia and New Zealand. So I'm not right out the picture, but I'm just stepping down from all the major stuff on TV over here at the moment.
But you're still at the top of your game, Russ. It appears from the outside looking in. Is there part of you that thought, you know what, I might have another year or two in me?
I believe you me, the PDC have offered me that if I want it. I think it's always nice to go out. I'm going to go out with my swan song as this year's World Championship. Go out at the top, calling, whoever's going to be our World Champion this year. And I think that's pretty fitting for, 27, 28 years of doing the job. I've got, like you say, I've got another project there, Jason, where I'm going to be the ambassador for the PDC. So I've got, a good few years to look forward to doing things within that side of, that side of the game. So great projects ahead, but I will still be doing an awful lot of travelling and I'll still come out and see you guys for sure.
Oh, I look forward to that. That's fantastic. You've been up on that stage for some of the most memorable matches in the last 3 decades. Russ, is there any match in particular that stands out for you?
Well, I think it's got to be the 2007 World Darts Championship with Barney Taylor. It was the very last one at the Circus Tavern, but, it went down to the sudden death leg in the very, very last set of the match. And Barney won the ball, Taylor hits a 180, Barney follows it with a 180 in that particular game. It was just the greatest final ever. And Barney then went on to win it. So that's one that really sticks in my mind. And one of the others is obviously Phil Taylor's very first 9-darter on certainly PDC and certainly UK Live TV in 2002 at Blackpool. So, there's always them odd memorable things that really do stick in your mind. But if you talk about an actual game, it had to be the Barney Taylor one of 2007.
Who is the consistently best player you've seen?
Over the years, Phil Taylor. No two ways about it. Phil Taylor's B game was as good as everyone's A game in his heyday. Phil Taylor was the most consistent player I had ever seen in my life. Michael Van Gerwen come very close for a few years. But in all honesty, Phil Taylor really is the king of that. That's for sure.
And 9-darters, you've seen a few, you've called a few. As you get to darts 7 and 8, and it's still on, do you get a little bit of a tinge of excitement yourself?
Not off. always with that. The bit of 180, you think, wow, and then when that first one goes in, either a treble 20 or treble 19. You think, oh, mate, come on, please. And then, of course, you've got the crowd going up with it as well. So everything's happening. And then, of course, when they hit the double 12 or double top, whatever it is, or double 18, whatever it is they've gone for, wow, that is sensational. It really is. There's no better buzz in the game than that, believe you me.
You've been part of rolling out the sport globally, including, as you've mentioned, here in New Zealand, and we can't wait to have you back down here. How much have you enjoyed that, Russ, promoting the sport around the world?
Do you know what? I absolutely adore it because I adore the sport, and I've seen it grow from when we started, or when I started, 96 with the PDC. See it grow from there, from 96 up until, you know, the mid-2000s when Barry Hearn took it over and then took it to an absolute another level. And of course, we're riding the crest of a wave at the minute, and we're hurtling along at 100 mile an hour. And there's no way it's splashing at the moment. Absolutely no way at all. It's just magnificent, you know, and to see it grow like that and be part of it and involved with it is amazing. And hopefully that's what my future job will, you know, within the PDC as an ambassador will, you know, I can push it even more.
And your voice is your tool, as well as your mind, obviously, and the quick math that you can do just at a split second. But your voice, Russ, how have you looked after your voice over the years?
Well, I'll be honest, I haven't. I haven't. I mean, Jesus, I smoked for 43 years, and I started smoking when I was 10. I packed up when I was 53, which was 13 years ago, over 13 years ago now. And my voice ain't really changed, if you know what I mean. So, you know, in all honesty, if you want to talk about abuse it with smoking, it's what I did for 40-odd years. I've not done over the last 13, and it ain't really changed. So, you know, I've been really, really lucky with it. You know, it's cost me nothing and earns me money.
Brilliant, just brilliant. And when a player, I'm curious, when a player's on a checkout, do you still get surprised sometimes with how they go about it? They might be on 78, and you think, oh, they're going triple 18, double 12. Oh, hang on, he's gone triple 20, double 9. Do you ever get surprised?
Yeah, not all. Even more so today, because they started it. You know, 76 was always treble 20, double 8. You know, then they're going 2 double 19s. I mean, that was unheard of. It's unheard of, you know. And of course, the bullseye 25 comes into it an awful lot now, which it didn't used to back in the day. So, you know, there's a whole new combination and routines that these boys go through. Half the time, you ain't got a clue what they're going to do. You know, it's just praying up they're going the way that you're thinking at that given time.
And just to finish, Michael Smith's the defending champion. Who do you expect to be calling in the final early in the new year? Who do you like?
I'll tell you what, the beauty of this year's World Championships is so open. It's open to, you know, an awful lot of players. You know, Michael Van Gogh is just hitting form. Gary Anderson's just hitting form. Michael Smith will be creeping back into form. Luke Humphries is obviously the favourite, no two ways about it. The boys just won the last 3 TV tournaments. Peter Wright, you can't exclude him. Gerwyn Price, definitely don't exclude him. You know, so there's a good little number of guys there that can really, really do some damage. And of course, the World Championship always brings someone through, someone who you're not expecting will do well. And I honestly believe that'll be one of the Asian players, and there's a few of them that will exactly do that.
Russ, you know how popular the sport is down here. We can't wait for the World Champs. We can't wait to see you back down here. Congratulations on an amazing career, which, as you've mentioned, is just, it's not finishing. It's just taking itself on a different path. But really appreciate you taking the time for a chat.
Jason, basically what I've done, I haven't closed the book. I've closed the chapter and I'm going to be starting a new chapter. But hopefully, guys, I'll come out and see you boys I'm out there in August for the World Series. So hopefully come and see you boys in Auckland if that's possible, please.
Oh, Russ, it would be our pleasure. Our absolute pleasure. Thank you, my friend. Russ Bray, you know the voice, absolutely iconic. He's called the voice in darting circles. He'll be calling the final at this year's World Champs, which the final's sort of early in January, and then moving into an ambassadorial role. But as you mentioned there, still coming down to see us here in New Zealand in 2024. In terms of the darts themselves, a couple of Kiwis in the World Darts Champs this year, Hopai Puha and Ben Robb. Ben Robb's been there a few times. I can't remember Hopai Puha having attended the World Darts Champs before. I could be wrong. Anyway, his first round match is on Monday night local time, so in the early hours of Tuesday morning for us, up against Martin Lukeman. That is Hopai Puha's opening match. And as far as Ben Robb is concerned, he doesn't play, I don't think, until about Wednesday night over in the UK, which is Thursday morning here, up against Richard Veenstra in the first round. So a couple of Kiwis to keep an eye on at the World Darts Champs 2023. The finals early in the new year. Gee, what a thrill having Russ Bray on the radio with us.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.